Hello guys, welcome back to Charlie's Rooster Media. Thank you so much for joining me today, and for anyone who was subscribed, thank you so much. And please guys, subscribe to my channel. I'm just trying to start this YouTube channel so that I can maybe just be there on YouTube. So guys, today I want to talk about the meeting today that took place at the White House between the president of USA, Mr. Donald Trump, and the president of South Africa, Mr. Ramaphosa. Okay, now the topic I want to talk about is the genocide against white farmers in South Africa. Okay, so first of all, let me show you this video.
Instead, President Donald Trump confronted his South African counterpart, Cyril Ramaphosa, with allegations of land seizures and white genocide.
Look, these are articles over the last few days. Death, death, death.
Trump also showed Ramaphosa unverified videos, supposedly of murdered white farmers.
We are going to occupy land.
Ramaphosa pushing back.
Have they told you where that is, Mr. President? No, I'd like to know where that is.
I mean, it's in South Africa.
Tensions rose as the meeting continued, and Ramaphosa tried to set the record straight.
That is not government policy.
But Trump was unmoved.
When they take the land, they kill the white farmer. And when they kill the white farmer, nothing happens to them.
No, there is quite...
Nothing happens to them.
There is criminality in our country. People who do get killed, unfortunately through criminal activity, are not only white people. Majority of them are black people. Right?
We have too many deaths, but it's across the board. It's not only white farmers, it's across the board. And we need your help to stop this awful killing. But it's across the board. Ernie is right now building a house in George. I'm building 3 cottages for my grandchildren on a farm outside Graaff-Reinet. I often go to bed without locking the door. And we have a serious problem with illegal aliens who stream across the border. And if you really look at our statistics, a lot of these murders, firstly it's unemployment and illegal aliens.
So you've heard it yourselves there from the people who are white people from South Africa. This murder situation in South Africa is across the board. It's not really targeted at white farmers only. It's anyone, whether you are white, you are black, you are what, they don't care. Okay, like he said again, South Africa has got a problem with immigration. A lot of people who are in South Africa illegally, they don't have a job. So what they do is they become criminals. Some of these people, they become criminals. And because now they are able to speak the language, they've been living there for a long time, they're just on the street. So what can they do? They just start stealing. Okay, so there's criminals that are South Africans, there's criminals that are foreigners, and then all these people, it doesn't matter who you are, whether you are white or you're black, they will come for you. Okay, so it's just criminals in South Africa. And crime is the biggest problem in South Africa, okay? And this is what these people need to work on, the government, okay? They need to work on this criminality happening on the streets of South Africa, in Johannesburg, in Cape Town, because it's not safe there, whether you are white or you are black. We can get that, yes, there's the truth to what Trump is claiming or not, okay? So in South Africa, it's a delicate topic. So what is beyond doubt is that white farmers who often live on large properties far from neighborhoods or the nearest town are seen by some as easy targets. The number of killings is worrying, which is true. So there's these people in South Africa, South Africans and foreigners who live in South Africa who are just gone there to do criminality. They go in there. So it says the number of killings is worrying. Last year, there was more than 300 bomb attacks. That was like 2022. And the 50 murders. A particularly horrific incident in Mpumalanga, in the east of the country, happened in July. A 79-year-old farmer, whatever, was over the head with an iron. His throat was slit and bled to death. Oh my God, this is bad. Was tied up and had a bag put over her head. Even when victims survive, as Melinda did, the level of violence in these attacks can be ferocious. Torture and rape are common. Africans' Bibles have been left open on dismembered bodies. Ish, this is bad. All too often, the timing of these attacks is no accident. Gangs, some high on drugs and alcohol, have been known to turn up at remote farms armed to the teeth, often late in the month when employers have wads of cash in their homes ready to pay workers. It is unlikely to be coincidence that attacks on Becker's farm took place on the 30th. Farmers are understandably afraid, but does what is happening in South Africa amount to genocide? South Africa has the third highest murder rate in the world. So there, like I said before, in South Africa, there's just murder. It's not our. I'm a bit exaggerating here, but in South Africa, yes, there's crime. I think it tops the whole Southern Africa. South Africa tops in terms of murder crime. Okay. So here it says. But does what's happening in South Africa amount to genocide? South Africa has the third highest murder rate in the world, well ahead of Colombia. Imagine they beat Colombia, and Mexico, they beat Mexico. So can you imagine what can happen to a white farmer who has money? You got money. These people will come for you, okay? Even me, I'm from Zambia originally, but in South Africa, I'm afraid to go there. I'm afraid. I've been there only twice. I was just passing through, but I've never really gone and stay inside or live in there because I'm just afraid of this place. I've never really thought of living. It's going to stay there, you know. So what is it? The UK, with a similar population, has around 700 homicides a year. South Africa can log in 450 in a week. Some of these victims are white farmers, which is true, okay, but they are far from the only ones losing their lives at the hands of violent criminals. For every 100 murders, just 14 of the targets are women, 18 are men, and 5 are children. Overwhelmingly, murder victims are young black men killed by other young black men. So it's black on black crime. Just like in the USA, there is a lot of crime against black people by black people. It's black on black crime. Okay, we don't see these, I don't know, like those people who are crying that Floyd has been killed by a white cop. If it was a black cop, I don't think people will make even a statue for that because of racism mentality. Okay, it's also coming from Trump, unfortunately. You see. Overwhelmingly, murder victims are young black men killed by other young black people, men. Whites make up around 8% of the population and are the victims in roughly 2% of the murders. Poverty, rapid urbanization, and vast numbers out of work have created a toxic situation that has rise to crime but not genocide. So in South Africa, guys, it's all about crime. There's criminality at the highest level. That is true. If you are doubting, let's look at this.
In the 1970s, explained on the Cape Flats, 30 kilometers from Cape Town city centre. An urban sprawl created in the 1970s to house victims of apartheid's forced removals. In terms of the number of murders, Cape Town ranks as the country's most violent city. Gangs, drugs and crime continue to plague communities. Mitchell's Plain has recorded the highest number of attempted murders according to the country's latest crime statistics. It repeatedly makes it into the country's top 30 areas with the highest crime rate. For Cheryl Ann, crime and violence are part of living in Mitchell's Plain. But the pain of losing her daughter, Lakeisha, 18 months ago at the hands of her drug addict boyfriend, who was also a gang member, is still raw. She died shortly after a full bottle was thrown at her face while she was holding her baby.
My daughter was killed by her boyfriend. She was only 18 years old, and it's so fresh to me. I can't get it out of my mind every day, each and every day. I must look at him walking down the road. It's not nice for me. It's very hurtful.
According to the UN, the global yardstick is one police officer for every 250 residents. However, here there is one for over 800 residents. This is the main police station in Mitchell's Plain, one of the largest in Cape Town. Police have deployed additional resources here, including specialized units to deal with the ongoing drug and gang problem. But community members say it's simply not enough. Community volunteers patrol the streets at night to try and keep the area safe.
Well, over the past few months or few weeks, we've seen an increase in not only violent crime in South Africa and in Cape Town or on the Cape Flats, but we've also seen an increase in gang violence on the Cape Flats.
Provincial police say it's an uphill battle, but they are making a difference by bringing those guilty to book.
So you see what I'm talking about. So crime in South Africa, my friend, is it doesn't choose color. There in South Africa, whether you're white, you're black, they just see you as an equal there. Okay. And if they see that you've got money, you're white or you're black, they'll follow you. And for us who are like, if I go there, I'm a foreigner, it's even worse for us because it's xenophobic. So there in South Africa, the black people hate black people. Yeah. So South Africa is a place where black people from other countries are even hated. Okay. So the crime there doesn't choose. Like, for example, I'm a foreigner in South Africa. If they see that I'm a foreigner and I'm doing good, better than them, they can easily kill you. I had a friend of mine, he went to live in South Africa. Okay, he was working, he was an electrician. He was just working, and then I just heard that my friend died. I said, what happened? They found him without his, the male organ. They took it off from him. He bled to death. So these people, they are at a different level. Okay, they're at a different level. And whether it's a white person or black person, whether it's a white person who works in a shop or he owns a shop, or whether it's a white person who works in a farm or he owns a farm, if they find that you've got money, you've got something they're looking for, or even if they don't know that you have money but they just want to do violence on you, they can just do it. Okay. And I think for me, South Africa is something to do with the police, the way their laws. I think they are very lenient on the criminals. So look at this. If you look at this video about xenophobic protest.
They bought the shop on Sunday. Then in the afternoon again, they went upstairs again and put another fire again. To see how heartless somebody is. You bought this place, it's not enough for you. You still go back again. Show me the love. Tell me, how does love and goes in there? There's no brotherly whole love there. We are all one Africa.
We are tired of being beaten every day. We're all Africa. Why must we be afraid to go to South Africa? Which South Africa has ever been better than Zambia? Which one? We want the ambassador to address us. We are tired. Enough!
I am not in support of violence, but Nigerians are the most accommodating people in Africa. For them to have reacted at this time, they seem to have been pushed to the wall.
People have lost their lives, and many have been injured. Families have been traumatized. Livelihoods have been destroyed. No amount of anger and frustration and grievance can justify such acts of wanton destruction and criminality.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. In South Africa, they hate even black people who are coming from other countries, so they can burn your shop. If you are working, like a friend of mine was a mechanic. He was working at a workshop. Okay, so this guy is a South African who was working there. He was a janitor, like he was cleaning there, He used to be cleaning the workshop around, but he would never clean where that guy was working, because he would say, this is Mukwele Kwele, is a foreigner. I can't clean for a foreigner. Okay, this is how much they hate just other black people. Okay, so the crime there is not just by criminals, it's just also in some people. Some people just hate black people there. You get my point? They just hate black people, and so they can hate anyone. Even a white person, they'll hate you if you have got more than what they have. So for Donald Trump to say, no, these people, it's just genocide against white people. No, it's a genocide against anyone. If they want to, they can go after anyone. Okay, there's so much criminality there. It's not genocide, actually. It's just criminals who want to do crime. They just want to commit crime, and they do it if they want to. Anytime they want to, they can do it. They do it on the street. They steal. If you're walking on the street, they come for you with a knife. They can kill you. You can see, look at this criminal here. Let me show you this criminal. They can talk about it on the street and nobody will care. Even the police won't even do anything. You see, this is how crazy this place is. Okay, so it's not about the white people. The white people in South Africa, I know those who are farmers, who are big farmers, who are rich, they're not going to leave South Africa because they know this. They make money there. They make a lot of money than they can ever make if they went to America or to another country. They make money using cheap labor they have within South Africa, within Africa. So if you say that, no, these farmers are being attacked, it's anyone who can be attacked.
What was the last thing you did, you two?
We took 4 cars last night.
Last night, where?
Yes. In Benoni.
In Benoni?
Yes, we're waiting for buyer now.
You're waiting for a buyer.
Maybe.
How did you get them?
We take it with a gun. What can we do? Only money that I want.
And to hurt people?
Yeah, the people. I will show you with your last.
So you see this criminal here. Look at this mouth. Yeah, look at the mouth. He's speaking confidently that he can do anything for money. Whether you're white, you're blue, whatever color you are, it's nothing to do with farmers. If somebody who is not a farmer met this guy, you're in trouble. If you're a farmer, white farmer, you meet this guy, he's in trouble. But the statistics should not say it's because he's a white farmer. No, there are criminals there. And these people, they can go to farms or any house, knock and ask for money. Not ask for money, just come to get money. You know what I mean? So it's crazy there. I know it's crazy, but to say that it's only white farmers who are being targeted, I disagree with that.
Last born, if you don't want to give me a man, I will show you with your last born. Took him to shower or to the hot shower. I like to show you there I want money. Or to the oven, micro oven. I put him like this to the oven. Then you see I want money.
If I've got a child there, you're saying you would hurt the child to find out the information?
Took the child, I put it in oven. I make oven on.
You wanna give us?
You never give me. You never give me. Or I took your wife. I put it. I take your wife. I put a knife here. Like example, you see the blood. I say I finish up now. You don't give me money or you give me. What can you say? You will give me. No other way.
Is he serious? I can't tell him if when he's joking.
These people, they're cruel. You know, they're cruel. Last week's paper, I don't remember what page. His face, Malevolent's face was there. They are wanted. His face was on the paper. But they don't care. They feel for call even to kill somebody.
You see, these people, they don't care. They are criminals and they can do anything just to make sure that they get what they want. So they'll get what they want. They'll come after you. You're walking on the street. You are sitting in your house. You're sleeping. They'll come in and they don't care whether you're white or you're brown or you're what. Okay. So this talk about, no, there's white genocide in South Africa is not true. Okay. Yes, there's criminality in South Africa at the highest level. Even me, I'm afraid to go there. I don't even want to go there. I can just go there through the airport, wait for another plane and go, not to go and live anywhere because of what we see on TV, what we see on social media. When these guys go crazy, doing this xenophobic, they just kill you for not knowing how to speak their language. So that's how dangerous that place is. So now I think I've got let's look at some of the places which some of the white people live in South Africa, and then we can understand from there. And then for me, I'm going to give some advice to these white people who are living poor in South Africa. If you're poor, you're white, you're not this big farmer Trump thinks, just pretend that you're a white farmer and go to USA, because Trump is willing to give you money. He'll give you a ticket, money, and also he will make sure that you are accommodated in USA. So if you're white, you're South African white, and you are poor in South Africa there, you're living on the street, just wash yourself properly, go to the embassy of USA, get on a flight to USA. They'll pay for you, they'll pay for your flight. They will also give you citizenship immediately. They will also give you money there to start a living. They will even give you accommodation. Okay? So if you're white, you're in South Africa there, you don't know what to do, you are poor, you have got no job, just go to the embassy of USA and leave that country and say to them that you are a farmer or you lost a farm. So now you want to go to America. They'll give you a free ticket to USA. They'll even give you money to start your life there. So let's watch this quickly and then we will move from there.
I wouldn't have even been allowed to set foot on this very beach just 20 years ago. For over a century, a white supremacist government controlled the nation and brutally oppressed black people.
They've got no education. They've only just come down from the trees.
This system of racial separation was called apartheid and was only abolished in 1994 when Nelson Mandela and the ANC came to power.
Today marks the dawn of our freedom.
There has been such extreme levels of segregation here, and knowing that ended only 2 decades ago, I'm desperate to see how that has changed the lives of people just like me, if at all. Poverty is rife here, and today people talk of a new underclass emerging. It's not black people, that's the way to do it, but white. I can't imagine anything worse than waking up in there.
We are going to take that belongs to us.
With years of hatred to overcome.
They're gonna kill us.
And both sides still playing the race card.
Most white people learned black people the things they know today.
I want to find out what life is like for the young white South Africans.
Some of them now are very racist.
Who think they are now bottom of the pile.
It's not a place to live here, not for the children.
If you are black, you're better off. If I was a white guy, that would piss me off. And discover whether the nation will ever move on from its tortured past.
Stupid, man. We will never agree. Never. That's why the world is a fuck up.
I'm really thrown by that.
Outsiders aren't generally welcome. All new arrivals need permission to be here from the camp leader Irene, who's lived here for 8 years. She's agreed to let me stay.
To see white people in South Africa barefoot in a settlement in a park, that's blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Because that is not what we see across the board. I mean, we don't see that in Europe. What's the common thread? What normally brings people here?
I don't know. I think because they lost everything, there's no jobs for the white people. Did understand me? I'm not racist, or there's no jobs for our white people. You want paycheck away from this place because something can happen to you and you will end up here.
The settlement sort of stretches all the way down. Can we have a little look? Do you mind taking me around?
Yeah, I will take you around and you can check.
We don't have the ball in our court anymore. We are not the chosen ones, if you want to put it that way, and it's the truth.
Okay, so that's all what I wanted to talk about. So if you are, this is my advice to the white South Africans, not the rich ones. The rich ones will still stay in South Africa. If you're in South Africa, you're a white South African, you live in a poor neighborhood like this, you don't have a job, you're living on the street, you're suffering, I urge you, take this advantage. Go to the embassy of USA, register, tell them that you're a farmer. They will give you a one-way ticket plus citizenship of USA, and they'll give you money to start your life there. Perhaps they also give you a job to start. Okay, and then invest back in South Africa, because that's where that's where your land is. That's your country. Okay, so this is my advice. If I were you, I would do that. Okay, because all these who left last time, they were all farmers. Open your eyes, open your brain. Just take advantage of this. Go to the embassy. Tell them that you're a farmer who lost land to a black genocider, murderer, whatever, whether it's correct or not. And now you want to find a way to get back to freedom. Okay, they'll give you land, they'll give you freedom, they'll give you everything you want. Okay, so do it, and thank you so much for joining me. To everybody that has subscribed, thank you so much. We'll give you more content like this tomorrow. Thank you, guys.